Okay. Now you're on here. You can go to tinobo.shop.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So for the design tonight, this is what you're gonna need. You need black ink. This right here, not without the crown. The score right here. One of our viewer, she sent it to me, and she asked if I can do a demonstration. So we're gonna decide to do this tonight, and I made up 2 other nails. All right. So you're gonna need black ink. This is art ink, and remember, this is not alcohol ink. This is way stronger than alcohol ink. This is what we're gonna use tonight. And beside that, we're gonna use black metal effect gels to make chrome design. Then we're gonna have sanded and matted ready, and then pixie gel for dressing it up. Then you also need buffer and file. All right. Now I'm gonna take out my nail stand. Take out 3 nails.
Is this echoey? Does it sound all right, everyone? And up here, yes, it'll be saved.
Yes, and from now on, this is your new home. Tinobo.shop will be focused on live lesson, product lesson. It will be lesson all day long. So it will be more organized now. On Votino page, whenever you see like a cool design, because now people are so confused. Now people see, oh my God, where is a post? Where is a video? Do you do a live lesson for this yet? Do you do tutorial for this yet? So from now on, our post content, it will be on Votino page as usual. And I will save all the lesson for this page because it's a shop page, so it makes sense. So let's get started. For this, we need.
Wait, before you get started too much, you have one way back here.
Okay.
Very good. It says, Tino, I am going to tag you in my picture. I can't get my pigment bright like yours. I have all your products. Please help.
Okay, you cannot get the pigment bright, then that because of the foundation. So for matte, if you cannot get it bright, that means you cure too long. For matte top coat, you only cure for 5 seconds before you apply pigment immediately. This other reason for that is the gel polish. There is many brand of gel polish, and if you use one that are too wet, it will be smudged and it will not going to be even and perfect, or one that are way too dry that you couldn't even stick pigment on. For that, you have to make sure that you have wet gel. That is an ideal option for pigment base right now. On top of that, I use matted. Remember, you either use wet gel or you cure for 5 seconds on matted. Asa, is that answer her question?
I believe so.
Okay, now you need 2 black nails, 1 white nail. I'm using a black gel polish. Actually, I take it back.
What?
I'm gonna do 2 white nails and 1 black nails.
What if they'd already?
Because the skull, I use black background and I painted white on, but I figure it's easier to start with a white background and just paint black around it for the skull. Cure this?
Oh, one or the other, or both, wave and matted.
One or the others. Wave, if you use it alone, that's good too. You just have to blend very well. but the color can be bright and vibrant, or matted on top of any white polish will do. But matted, you have to remember to cure for only 5 seconds.
And hello, Candy House of Nails.
Hello, guys.
Tina Mac, everybody.
So this nail gonna be all white.
Uh-oh.
And this one too.
Coco Bunny, that'd be my fault. I'm still learning how to repost, and I know that seems like simple shit to everyone else, but man, it is not easy for me.
That doesn't, it's come from the wood. But eventually we'll catch on to it.
What is a Discord?
A Discord.
Yeah, they said we need a Discord. D-I-S-C-O-R-D.
A discount.
Discount for what?
That what I mean, the discount for product. Dreamtime Creation do discount on holidays. The next holiday, either Thanksgiving or Black Friday, but that will be our biggest sales right there. And then Black Friday and Christmas too. Cindy do all the holidays. Still waiting on this one.
Well, I'm not that old, but I've never latched on to technology, I guess you could say.
Okay, now let's do the skull first. So for this skull, it's a marble skull. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint the top black. I'm gonna paint the bottom black. This is the easiest. Start right here. We're gonna use black gel polish like we used before.
Oh no, honey, a Discord. They want a place where they can talk privately and secretly and build a group.
Oh, let's start with this page first. Let's start with this page first. But that is a fun idea.
Ooh, wait, maybe a Twitch channel. Come on, I think we need to explore this a little more. Twitchy sounds good, though.
However, I don't know where. So you gotta give us ideas of like where to start, because we're not good with technology.
Hey,
So
it seems to me they're trying to give us a twitchy twink. I don't even know what that.
the line brush that I'm gonna use is a 10 millimeters. I take out the white nail. There's nothing on it yet. No top coat or anything. I'm gonna dip the liner in.
Hey, Jiggy.
Start from here, making a slight curve. Now, how deep down is depend to you, because you're gonna paint it a skull, a skull crown on top. So how deep it is up to you. Just a curve on top, and then a curve on the bottoms. Now the bottom, I decided to make the curve a little steep, because that's where the jawline is. And then the top, on the corner, I just curve it down to erase that little edge. See that edge? You want to curve it. Okay. Now I just take black gel polish and fill in. You can either use a polish bottle brush, or you can use one of the art brush. I would choose a filler brush because the brush is very similar to the bottle brush. You see they both square, but very flexible and long for applying. I dip my brush into the nail polish. Distribute it out. I get near the bottom, but not all the way. I want to make sure that everything is nice and level before I start blending this down. All right, now I'm gonna connect it lightly. If your stroke is heavy, you're gonna see all the mark. It's very annoying. So make sure that be very light. Down here too. This brush is called a filler brush. A filler brush is a small flat brush. It's not a liner brush because sometimes when people use liner brush to fill in color, it takes forever.
What brush is that?
And it's very thick. This brush is a filler brush. It's used for fill in and blending in small details.
Hello, Mama Vic.
Now, I'm gonna paint the eyes. So, let's take a look at this. I'm going to start with the nose because that's the easiest to start because the nose lies right in the middle between the top half and the bottom half. Because sometimes if you start out with the eyes first, then people might have a hard time to judge proportion. They might have the forehead too low or the forehead too high. The nose, I will start right in the middle. This is the middle of the nails.
Hello, Julian.
Now, I'm making a little slit in here. And what you notice is the distance of the nose is equal to almost half the distance of the top half and half the distance of the bottom half. So this one right here only equal to from here to here. So this should fit this. I think this is good proportion for the nose. So you make a slanted line on both sides. And then you
when I use the line brush to fill in my client's polished peels off.
Yes, because it's too thick.
Do you have a problem with black gel polish not curing too well?
I do have problem with black gel polish not curing before. And it's very common in the black colors because black have a lot of pigments that are strong. So it's prevent the gel from curing all the way. When you mess with black, you have to remember that 2 thin coat is always better than 1 thick coat. Remember that. Now we will do the eyes. So I'm gonna mark 2 little dots first. That should be the distance between 2 eyes. Then I will make 1 curved line over here. See, it's curved in. Another curved line over here. Curve it in. Now here, I'm making a slanted line, not straight down, but slanted down like this. It's help if you look at the nose. That way you can follow the nose. Just like that. Now you can connect these. So the eye, if it slanted up, the more up it go, the more mean the eye look. So if you want to do an angry skull, then make sure you tilt it really high up like that. Like an evil skull. But we make this skull a little nicer for you. For this space, it's too small. I might as well using my line brush to fill in. Now, down here, the proportion of this mouth from top to bottom is equal to the top half and the bottom half. And then the side is aligned with the eyes. So we start right here, making 2 little dots and connect this like that. Now we draw on the bottom part like that. Then we connect this. Now we're gonna draw the jaw. Start here and cave right in. On this side too, start here and curve in, just like that. I will add a little more gel underneath the jaw line so I can blend it out later on. Now I'm gonna draw some T, very lightly drag it down, very lightly. Now I will use a filler brush. You can use a filler brush or an ombre brush to blend because they're both flat. So I use it and I blend down just a little bit. Wipe off the gel off my brush so it's gel free and blend it down a little more. Yeah, when you blend, you don't want your brush to soak with gels. And then you don't have to try to be neater because later it's going to be marble, remember?
Is the white matte?
The white is, it don't have a matte coat on it. It's just white polish. I haven't cleaned it. So there's still a slight sticky residue on it. When you paint, if it make you feel better, then you can put a matte coat on it. But if you're confident, then you don't have to put a matte coat. You can just skip that layer entirely. Matte will help the line be more easier to drag. It will help absorb the color more. But if you're a pro and you get used to drawing, you can just skip the matte coat entirely if your drawing is not very detailed. The skull that we do is not very detailed because we're gonna detail it later with black ink. Let it cure. Then we're gonna put a matte layer on it. This is the mask that I'm going to use. It's matted. It's a cell leveling matte. And remember, when it comes to pigment, it's very important to use a cell level matte because it needs to be smooth before you expose into the light. If it's not smooth and streaky, sometimes you don't even catch it. But when the pigment is on, all the imperfection gonna show. So it's very important for your matte to be cell level and not just for pigment. You do want a cell level gel, especially when that gel is a top coat. One layer of matted, then cure for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to use black ink. So this, what I'm gonna do is shake it up just to make sure that everything is blended together before you use. Especially if you haven't touched it for like a few days, then you should shake it up because it's all dry. It needs to be stimulated. And while I'm waiting, I will prepare this nail too. So I already have the white background. All I need is a matte layer. Just for later, I will do my ink. I'm gonna do a marble layer on it. So matte all over the white nails. Here for 60 seconds. Now, I'm ready to add marble detail onto the skull. So take out black ink, which already been shaken. I'm gonna apply a very moderate layers. You don't have to be specific. Just like that. Now you close the lid and I need some acetone.
Don't get it.
Oh, take our containers.
Does ink need to go on the mat?
You can put it on the shine, and that will have different effect. But I wouldn't recommend the white on the shine. But matte, you can definitely put it on the shine too. I like it on the matte this time, but sometimes I like it on shine. On shine, it's crisper, but on matte, it's more absorbing. That is a matter of choice for you because black ink, this is an art ink, so it's strong enough to be on top of shine. It wouldn't mess with it. If the marble ink is too weak, then it will have problem staying on a slick surface like shine it. So I just pick an acetone and I just messing with this for now.
Honey, you been missing a lot of the lives lately. I'm so happy I can rewatch them on YouTube.
Yes.
And then you've got several people telling you how cute you
are. Oh, thank you.
So I'm blocking them all. We don't need that kind of competition. Good.
All right, so it's just a fast one. And then you can go back. So let me show you.
Now, the fast one, anything similar to the quickie?
No, the fast one, it's quicker than the quickie. So let me show you. I dip this into my acetone. This is an oval brush, by the way. I'm using this side. And I just tap it like this. And I want to make sure that it's not ruining the line that I just created. Just tap it and move forward slowly. Tap it. And then when my brush have a little stain from the ink, I just apply that around the skull like this to add a little shading to it too.
Hey, Drip on Nails.
Hello.
Hey, just nailed it.
So now you can just play with it however you want. You don't want ink to be all over the face, just a certain part like a little crack on the skull.
Crack on the skull?
Little fractures.
Fracture, that sounds a lot better than crack.
You can stop right here. This is technically done for the marbling. Or you can play with it a little more. I can put a little.
The filler brush.
This is an oval brush. Oval brush is bigger and it's shaped like an oval. However, you can use the filler brush. I think the filler brush is too small for this. And I just kind of blend it out. Give it little characters.
Oh, Tino does all the organization. Dustin is not organized. And you never want to touch his stuff. That way he always knows where everything's at, where he's got it. He's kind of like a robot with it.
Okay, and remember, guys, that when you dip, one of the people mistake is when they dip it in acetone, they play with it, right? So that means that all the ink is going into the brush. And what they do is they dip back in. So within a couple minutes, this mixture right here, this acetone is gonna turn black, right? So they keep dapping, dipping, and forever, and it's messy on their nail, and they don't know why. It's because they don't put it in a paper towel. So what you do is you dip in acetone, you play with this. After you're done, you don't dip it back. You have to soak all the ink off the paper towel before you dip it back in. So look at my acetone, nice and clean. That is what you want. Now, before we do the gold detail, let's go ahead and continue with this marble finger. So you have a chance to see it one more time. On this marble now, I just do a random pattern. To keep it moderate, don't soak it with black ink all over. Wait for it to dry. Now, I'm gonna dip in this acetone. First, you need a fast one. So I'm gonna tap this on and make a little loop. Now, people mistake is they go all the way through. No, you just make a little loop and you stop right here. Okay, see that? Now, soak up your ink, dip in your acetone, and make another little loop right here.
The type of paper towels he uses is Viva because they're lint free.
Yes, and it's so comfortable to use. I don't like Bounty because Bounty have this weird little pattern on it that I don't understand.
I need a cast.
So a fast one meaning you ignore all this around and you just try to establish the vein of the marble. That's all I'm trying to do right now, is to see where the vein lie. So right now I have established this vein. I'm gonna go back and do a clean up. So let's go back and remember, be moderate with your alcohol. So I do a little clean up all the unnecessary line. I clean it up and I soak it all in the paper towel. That way, it's not marble everywhere on the nail. It shows contrast. You need a space that have nothing, so your marble can be nice and pop. Like a Jerry.
I just got rid of 3 cats. Boom, here's one. No, we don't want this crumbled cats right now.
Okay, now you just, this part, you just have to use your eye. Most people can stop right here, or if you want to play, you can keep playing.
They want to know if it's alcohol or acetone.
It's acetone. Now, you can stop right here. I want to make my line a little more thinner, so I'm going in.
Hello, Kara now.
Hi, Kira.
No, it's acetone.
Remember, guys, that this is not alcohol ink. This is not marble ink. This is art ink. Look at the strength in it. Look at the stain around it. That is what the difference between art ink and marble ink.
They said, please share with us your Amazon favorites. Everything. Shit.
I buy everything on Amazon.
Right. We don't even go to the store.
I love coconut waters, and I use Happy Belly brand. I love it. I love to buy coconut water. Because that's what we drink is coconut waters. I also love Zico, but that's the only 2 brands that I drink. I don't drink anything else because it doesn't taste like coconut waters. All right, so I'm gonna do a leaf right here and possibly a leaf right here and a leaf right here.
The acetone doesn't break down the white background?
No, because I already matte it. so it doesn't break it down. I would typically doesn't like to do it straight on white polish for 2 reasons. On white polish, if you make a mistake, it's gonna stain the white polish so bad that you have to buff it out or start all over. On a top coat, however, if you apply it and you make a mistake, you can buff it out and it wouldn't hurt your white polish at all. So I always want to apply ink either on a matte top coat or shine top coat, but never on straight polish, because straight polish, that is not a finished surface and it will soak in the ink so much that it's gonna make your life very difficult. Now, let's go ahead and draw our moon before we started with a gold detail too. So, as I say, if you want, if your detail is in for a sharp point like this, and you don't want to draw it on a polish because then it will slip and it will make that point not so sharp, you can always add a layer of matte first. This is for beginner only. If you're a pro, you can skip this part. I'm gonna clear these matte layers.
If you're a pro.
Gonna make sure, wait for it, make sure that it's all nice and smooth. See the light? Use your light. Make sure that it's nice and smooth before you put it in. For the moon, I would just use a white polish also. However, if you use white gel paint, you will have more control. I don't use it today because it can make it thicker, and I tend not to like it to be thick because I'm gonna put more layer on it. So if you feel like you need help from gel paint, you can. But if you feel like you can design with white polish, you can also. It is your choice. Hi.
We just seem to be in control today.
Today is very
You're
exciting.
all business.
It's very exciting today for me because we're doing live on a different page. I love changes. Now for the moon, this is gonna be my center. I always mark out a center. Then for the moon, I'm gonna go down, straight down. Then I'm gonna slant it a little bit. Not gonna be straight anymore. It'd be down, but a little bit more to the right. Okay, and down again, but a little bit more to the right. A little bit more down, just a little bit, and more to the right.
So the thicker the gel, the better the sharpest.
The more control you have, you still can make things sharp with a polish. However, if you're weak on skill, then you need something that gives you control. Gel pen is mean control. Polish, you have less control, but polish is super cell level. So it gets smooth so fast. Now gel pen, you have to be careful or else it's not gonna be smooth. It's gonna be wrinkly. Okay, this go across. And then across, but up a little bit. Okay. Same thing. This going up. And then going up a little bit, but to the right. Going up a little bit, but to the right also. And then going across. Going to the right, but a little bit down. Now you just have to connect this. Back in the day when I'm practicing my design, I always mark it out, especially to tricky shape like a circle shape. A moon might seem very simple, but sometimes people have problem achieving a perfect crescent moon. It's always kind of not perfect circle or not in the right proportion, or they doesn't have a sharp tips.
So they're all happy you're showing them this.
And one of the reason too is Votino page, we can only afford to post it a couple times a week because there's so many content. But on this page need content. So this could be a great thing that we start in, because then we can do more.
Start doing everything over here.
Mm-hmm.
Like at 6 a.m. I'll wake up with the camera and give you a big kiss.
As I say, this is your new home.
Watching, and we'll just go live all day long.
Yeah.
I can see you in your comfort zone where you're piled full of 18 beautiful pets.
How I like my moon is I like the body to be thick.
What is the mood of this set? It's in a bad mood. It had a shitty morning, but it's getting better because it's Friday night.
This morning I wake up and one of the viewers sent this to me. She say, "Can you demonstrate it on live tonight?" And I look at it and I see a ink technique, and I'm like, okay, I can demonstrate this tonight. But I decide to make this become a whole set. So this set right here, to me, it have a Halloween vibe, and it also have a fall vibe. However, I haven't think of a name for it yet. So if you can help me name it, that would be wonderful. I'm gonna make a teardrop shape down here. Also, we'll marble this too.
So you're gonna break the internet with all your wonderful content.
Yes, but you know, sometimes it's so overwhelming that people keep asking me, "Oh, could you do tutorial for this? Could you do tutorial for this?" And I already did. I did it months ago, but they couldn't find it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm separating content so it's easier for people to watch. You know, this page gonna have teaching and all lesson, and you know my main page, you know, gonna be all trend, all the new design, all the new looks. And then later I have a great plan for TikTok to kill this, because I still need to showcase crystal. And I see people on TikTok, they playing with crystal. And let me tell you, Dreamtime Creation have so many crystal. So I have planned for TikTok too. Now, when I take it out, all I need to do is apply one layer of matte on the moon. These nails, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in gold details right here. So I have to make this surface chrome free. How I'm going to do that is I'm gonna apply a layer of sanded. Then after I cured it and then I buff it, that is the only way you can make it chrome free. You can also use a base coat and apply it, and then you can wipe it up with alcohol really thoroughly. But that's a little bit unsafe because sometimes chrome still can stick on it. But the buff surface, there is no way for your chrome to stick on. However, one of people's mistake is when they see a buff surface, they instantly think of matte. And then they put matte on, and then they do a design, and they rub chrome on, and they stick right onto the matte layer. It's because you're not supposed to paint it with matte. You're supposed to paint it with shine. So I will use shine, apply on both nails.
I remember Phantom of the Opera.
I have never watched Phantom of the Opera. Never.
Because artistically and classical music and opera kind of.
I'm not a very good gay. I have to be a better gay. Could every day watch Phantom of the Opera. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Oh, I wouldn't say that that's, you know.
I mean, I watched movie with men in masks before, but not Phantom of Opera.
Hey, Karen.
Hear this also. The shine that guys remember.
Oh, honey. Earlier, somebody wanted you to post or something, all your favorite things to buy on Amazon.
I love coconut waters.
Well,
I
it'd be kind
love-
of embarrassing though, wouldn't it, when we get to the sex toy section and the grease and the lube and the...
For sex toy, I like glow in the dark. I like something that has bling on it. I don't like glitters. Like a glitter penis, I don't like it. I like it to be like realistic.